My car go vroom, my maid got a broom. My house got a room for some rooms with a view. I'm driving real slow like I'm running on fumes. I'm driving real slow like I'm running on fumes.
30 on the dash. Yeah, we riding slow, but that money moving fast. Look at all this cash. Yeah, we riding slow, gotta watch us when we pass.
Throw some money in the air like you really don't care, oh yeah.
But that money moving fast.
Throw some money in the air like you really don't care, oh yeah.
Yeah, we riding slow, gotta watch us when we pass.
I just put your mortgage on my neck, and you looking teed off like a golfer, you upset. Why you mad? Why you mad? Tell him why you mad. If you need a loan, you should probably just ask. If you need to get it brown, I can send a bus pass. I be in my suite, what a bottle must have. Top shelf, everything we elevated, and we just keep on pouring up. Man, I'm glad we made it. Feels so good to be so rich, ain't gotta worry about it. Why we only doing 30, ain't no hurry about it. Bust down for my bust down, carrots and the clarity. They tell me that I'm giving like I opened up a charity.
30 on the dash. Yeah, we riding slow, but that money moving fast. Look at all this cash. Yeah, we riding slow, gotta watch us when we pass.
Throw some money in the air like you really don't care, oh yeah.
But that money moving
Throw
fast.
some money in the air like you really don't care,
Yeah, we riding slow, gotta watch us when we pass.
M-O-N-E-Y, you know I say fly, cause I'm that guy. I be doing 30 and then 55, and you know why. Top down bass bumping out the tweeters. Told these groupies get a grip, like some tweezers I don't see you now.
you farting haze?
Unprofessional.
These are insane.
And Brandon keep killing it.
That's what we got to do.
We going straight in.
We gotta keep killing it.
Why's your camera not working?
Unprofessional.
Unprofessional. What the hell is going on? Lights, camera, action.
Yeah, we back again.
Talking all the latest gear. Bring your friends. Sony gang.
Pull up.
Cannon fan people too.
Blackmagic Mafia.
Tell me what you shooting for. We got red users flexing Loomis gang.
I ain't even here.
We making it down. Where you at?
I'm not here.
NAB, City Cam, Blackmagic. Man, that's a. Oh my. What are we doing? We done messed the whole show up so soon. We up here and we rapping off top of the dome. We don't even know. We might as well go home. Jarrell's camera ain't even on. So we gonna grab some popcorn, hit subscribe, and let's chat.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Off the dome.
Off the dome.
Off the dome.
Off the dome.
Bro.
Go home.
Did you see?
Where's your camera at, my dog?
Did you see, Brandon?
What?
I'm gonna wait till you go to the Y.
Where's your camera at, my boy? Did it turn off?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me check it.
Did you see, Brandon, during Kai Cenat's Mafia-thon? Have you seen that clip? Like, he rapped like the rent was due. You know what I'm talking about? Gosh. Is it on? Dang. You know, if we had doctor money like Kenneth, we'd be fine. What's up, Hamburg? Are we just gonna keep it wide? Remember that time we were doing call-in? Oh.
Wait, there's you. You look terrible.
There's you. Where's the center? Oh, there we are. Crazy. Anyways,
we got some stuff.
Guys, I promise you, we do a little production check before.
No, we don't. What are you talking about?
We focused.
We
focused.
we turned the cameras
It
on.
was on.
We didn't check anything.
It was on.
I didn't check anything.
It was on.
All the cameras were technically on.
We were focused. Wow.
Audio error issues.
Wow.
What are we
Can
talking
you guys,
about?
Oh my gosh.
They can hear us.
We're struggle busing this morning.
You want to start the show over?
We appreciate y'all. Nah.
No audio. What are y'all saying? No audio. I see the audio bouncing.
Lens cap was on, dog. That would have been freaking hilarious.
You're good now. Bro, you know what it is? I hope Doc ain't in here. I just updated. I
never
Ecamm.
update.
I never do before a show.
Not even before a show. I never. I'm like
Ecamm 13.
I'm a year behind. I'm a year behind.
You still got the old logo. You still got the old blue logo.
We won, bro. I don't even want your features. I don't want your new features. I'm good.
Nah, I want the new features.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, I want those new
We
features.
use it differently. You're maximizing. I'm trying to get clients to pay, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I done broke Ecamm multiple times trying to do too dang much up in here. But like, what's crazy though is if you look at my Ecamm, like if you look at the show, I'll get people who use Ecamm and they're like,
Are you using Ecamm?
Mine doesn't look like that. I'm like, cause I am, but I'm not. But I am.
Yeah.
I'm just doing stuff you're not supposed to do on here.
Yeah.
So, what's good, Creative Fam? We up in here. Thank y'all for dealing with that.
Marcel,
intro.
stop. Stop right now.
What'd he say?
You're about to have a brick on your hands.
Please don't give me anxiety. I'm updating my FX3 right now.
Not advised.
Why would you do that?
Not advised.
That is.
Do you have clients in the next 4 weeks?
Do you have money to buy another FX3? Oh my gosh. No, realistically, the problem that we have is every time we do the show, we try to waste at least 30 minutes of y'all time. And we were running out of, like, last week we talked about buying gear without your wife knowing about it. So we ran out of ideas. So this week we decided to punk y'all with a little technical difficulty.
Joke's on y'all.
Joke's on you. You know, it's on you.
Don't be a
me.
trash can. Hit the like button.
Yeah, it's because we only got 11 likes and 84 lurkers is what it is. Kofi, your boy, in the building. What's good, Kofi? So honestly, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us again for another amazing Friday. We got a pretty jam-packed show for y'all today. This is gonna be one of those shows where we want y'all to get involved. So chat, go crazy while we're going through these different stories, because today is an easy day for Jarrell to go nuts. You know, his daddy seems to be doing some crazy stuff. Stuff worth talking about. But if you don't want it to be a fully glazed out show, sound off.
It won't matter.
It won't matter.
It won't matter.
It's gonna be glazed no matter what.
Glazed no matter what.
Glazed.
Guys. Bruh. Everybody had their little fun.
Oh wow.
You had your little fun.
Wow.
Big Dog, market leader, is about to drop it on your head. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, all them T7 cells definitely push you to the front of the market.
The market, bruh. I'm just saying. Good job, ZR. You might. I don't think that anybody's obviously you talked about this last week where the Blackmagic Pocket, like, it had to be responded to.
Yeah.
The FX3 and the FX3 had to get a response.
Yeah.
ZR. But bro,
did you see? I know this isn't one of our news stories, but
Yeah.
hold on. I want to confirm this because I saw something crazy today or yesterday. Hold on. Because we talking about Blackmagic, we talk about market leader, right? Oh man, where is it? Was it on Amazon?
congrats to Ezreal.
What happened?
Ezreal's a new dad.
Oh, bro. Yeah, congratulations. Dang it. Where the heck is it? Sorry, you keep going.
All right.
I'm gonna find it.
So, I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that this new Canon camera that we're about to talk about is a reaction to the ZR, because cameras are in development for years. But what I am going to say is S12, ZR, FX3, y'all had y'all little shine.
Okay.
You're going to have a really hard competing with the R6V if it comes out at the rumored price point.
Okay.
Y'all can all get it.
Before we get there, I got to throw something in the chat right now. Let me go to YouTube and let me throw this in the chat. Because in a time period right now where it is clear, it's obviously clear that the fight for cinema cameras, they're throwing everything they can. What did he say? Mute. What are we talking about, Andy?
I don't know.
Maybe Andy's behind. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But I saw something that kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
So what camera would you say right now has been highly talked about, but we haven't really seen it sold like it was? Like, everyone loves the camera, but we haven't really seen people
Is
buy
there
it
a
like
right
that.
answer, or are you just looking for an answer?
No, there's a right answer. Everybody was waiting for this camera. They were hyping this camera up, and then it finally came out, and then everybody talked about it like they were going to buy it, but we haven't really seen a whole lot of people buying it. You want to take a guess?
Blackmagic?
You're in the right ecosystem. Which camera?
I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. It's a box camera.
What, the 6K or the 12K?
The 6K. So I saw something that popped up, and I'm going to put this link in the description because we'll never do this. But the Blackmagic 6K right now is on sale for right at $3,000. So if y'all have been out there thinking, maybe we need to get a Pixus. Maybe it's the right time to get a Pixus. If you go on Amazon's website right now, they have the L mount Pixus and they have the EF Pixus on sale for $3,057.
Save y'all a little money.
Bro, the Pixus 6K is the one that just got the update for the autofocus.
It's a great camera.
Bro, you crazy. You're crazy to think that.
I'd wait.
Ain't nobody hating, Fox.
I'd wait.
Wait for what?
The R6V.
Oh, my God.
I'd wait for May.
It is May.
I'd wait 12 days.
The Pixus 6K, I'm sorry. There's no way it's going to compete. You really think that the R6V is going to compete with the Pixus?
So here's the deal. If you're a filmmaker, and not filmmaker in title, but like film, you make films.
Mm-hmm.
Pixus 6K may be the better option. Maybe. If you're a working man, get that crap out of here.
Oh, my God. All right, well, then let's hop into your story.
No, I say that too harshly. I don't mean get the crap out of there. It depends on your use case.
All right, so Canon is currently working on releasing what Jarrell is coining the official FX3 killer. And
Though everybody else in there too.
I mean, dang. I will not say those words. You're going to have to open your mouth and say them for yourself. Jarrell came in here real excited. I ain't going to lie to y'all. Jarrell came in here real excited about this camera this morning because he is convinced that that Canon is not going to hold anything back with this camera based off of the current rumor specs. So and I'll let you break down these specs. If what you say is true, this could be a very diabolical camera, but what are we what are we in store for with the Canon R6V?
Exactly what you wanted. Full frame. 32 megapixel sensor resolution. 7K 60 RAW. 7K 30 open gate RAW. The different flavor of codecs, 422 ProRes RAW, 10-bit. Let's see, Canon C-Log 2 and 3. And then probably no EVF, probably. Gonna have the form factor of the R50V.
That's small?
No, the form factor. No, the same body style as the R50V.
Okay, but a new body.
Yeah, new body. Yeah,
Okay.
new body. They're saying it is gonna, I don't know. It, like, when you see renderings of this, they're talking about, as people have leaked some specification, it kind of looks like a C50/R50V. And I say that because we just found out, allegedly, that it has a fan, active cooling in it. Which means I don't want to hear no Canon overheating mess from y'all. Anyways,
We'll wait till the camera comes out first.
We'll wait. And yeah, those are the primary specs that have been leaked now. But we have the euro price, which is the euro stronger than the dollar right now?
Everything feels stronger than the dollar right now.
Okay. So let's do the backwards math, which this is not how it works. It is going to be 25.50 in euros to dollars. So that means it could be, oh no, we are stronger. Dude, that's crazy.
How much?
America. I'm just like, if it's a direct translation, it's $3,000.
3,000?
Yeah.
Ah, that's a fail.
But we don't know.
Nah, it feels pretty solid. I think you know.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
How do you mean it feels solid? We're just taking a conversion.
When you thought the price was low, you were ready to report on that price.
No, because I literally, I say that because isn't America, aren't we always a little bit cheaper than everybody else? When it comes to price, especially with Europe? Most of the time?
Canada, I know for sure we are.
I might be wrong.
You pay more in Canada for stuff than you pay for it here.
Yeah, for sure. And Canada's Europe, so I'm just kidding.
What?
It was a joke. It was a joke. You boy. So, let me see. How much does a R5 II cost in Europe? Oh yeah. Oh.
What?
I do think that they cost more in Europe. I'm trying to find like a retailer.
Okay. I mean, I would hope so because I think 3,000 would be wild.
Yeah.
I think 3,000 would be way too much. It's too close to the R6 at that price point.
It is more video focused, so rather be Europe to whatever is going on over there.
So what makes this more video focused? Just the form factor or?
Yeah, so no EVF, a fan in it for active cooling, open gate, 7K 60 RAW. C-Log 2, C-Log 3. I have heard, just like the R50V, it will take pictures, just electronic shutter.
Okay.
Record button on the front and on the back.
So they really are trying to take Sony's lunch. They're really saying you had you have an A7S3. Well, now here's an FX3. It's literally same camera, new body.
And we know. You think the $3,000 price is too much, and I would agree. I would like for it to be cheaper, but you know who will win on the price battle? Undoubtedly, Canon, compared to the FX3 Mark II.
Well, right now,
the FX3 Mark II is not coming out at $3,000. Do you know how hyped people would be about the FX3 if it came out with 7 or 8K 60 RAW and open gate? How much does that camera cost?
I mean, the FX3 right now is almost $4,000.
So we're gonna win there when it comes to value. We'll have to literally figure out is autofocus as good? Is dynamic range as good? Get out of here, Louise. Ain't nobody glazing. The S1 II is a phenomenal. So it's not glazing. The S1 II, phenomenal camera. Sounds like it might be as good or maybe better.
The S1 II sounds better right now than this Canon camera.
Yeah, because it is a true hybrid.
Yes.
Like do photos really good, do video really good. It doesn't overheat. So no, we're not trying to not heap praise on everybody else. But I will say, Sony ain't got nothing like this.
Well, Sony seems to be moving a little bit slower in the video space, which I'm hoping is for a good reason.
Yeah.
I know you had made a comment about Armando's video that he did over at NAB, where he was talking about how if Sony were to put OpenGate into one of their cameras, they'd have to basically rewrite the entire code, which makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, and honestly, it gave me a little bit of pause when it comes to Sony coming out with a camera with OpenGate. That, you don't have a good track record with software updates at this point. And
the camera's old.
The camera's old, but more so if you were to tell me right now, hey, with the FX3, we're going to do a software update that's going to open up OpenGate. We literally just told somebody, don't update your Sony camera. So if there was an opportunity, if you told me Sony was going to add OpenGate to the FX3 Mark I, the one that's currently out, but you had to do it through a software update, and there was a 20% chance that your camera would brick, I would tell nobody to do it.
Even if they said there's not a 20% chance, they just said, because they don't say when they put a firmware update out.
Yeah, but right now, this probably
literally put it out, and then the next day they're like, nah, don't download that.
Sorry, we tested it, but we didn't test it enough, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, I do believe that, Canon right now is feeling like kind of the new Sony in the way that they are dropping cameras for every price point, every user possible. The only thing that I still think is really interesting is that people are still today still buying FX3s. People are still buying FX6s, and they cost more now than they ever did.
Yeah.
And I think that while a lot of camera brands, Nikon, Canon, even Lumix to a certain extent, they are coming out with cameras that on paper and spec for spec and maybe even dollar for dollar are equal to the value of an FX3, if not better value than the FX3. There is still a grip that Sony has. And somebody made a joke in the chat earlier. They were like, oh, we're going to be seeing in 2030, is this the camera that's going to officially kill the FX3? And while the FX3 feels like it's been out forever at this point, it's been out forever.
Yeah.
The truth is that the FX3, for whatever reason, is still goated. And people still want it. People still buy it. And I don't know at this point what you could do to fully dethrone the FX3. The only camera, in my opinion, that has come close has been the ZR, but that's because it went a different route and decided to go budget, and you could bring over your Sony lenses. I don't know if Canon can ever officially kill an FX3 because it's almost like, you know, you're serving two totally different markets. Like, yes, technically the cameras do compete on paper side by side, and there might even be a few people out there who are trying to get into the video space, and they're trying to decide, am I going to go with a Canon or am I going to go with a Sony? But I believe that so many people are so heavily invested in the Sony space that jumping to Canon might be a little bit too much of a reach. And the FX3, and in this case, a $3,000 R6V, those don't feel like the first cameras you buy in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
They feel like you already are in the ecosystem, you're adding this or you're upgrading to this.
For sure. And that's true of the FX3. Most people's first cameras in the FX3. So this is where I'll agree with you. Jordan will never be dethroned, especially in some people's minds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Wimby, I just saw stats on him
That dude is crazy.
where he's done everything faster and better than every human being. More rebounds, more steals, more points, more three-pointers, more than anybody. More than Steph, more than Larry Bird, more than Michael, more than every single person. He is the stat leader in every category through his first 150 games. Ain't nobody taking Jordan off the throne. He obviously has to prove, but like nobody, there's people that still don't think Tom Brady's the GOAT. They will go to Dan Marino or they'll go to different people.
Yeah.
So I think because of the impact that the FX3 had on the camera industry, it will always hold a place in the industry as a GOAT, as a great camera. And it is a great camera. But to me, what defines it as something that kills it, it doesn't shame it. It doesn't embarrass it. It doesn't devalue it in people's minds. What it means by killing is, in my opinion, is, oh yeah, Jordan's still great, but are we going to act like LeBron ain't great? And I think to me, it's when the conversation, why the ZR did so well and why I think the R6V will do so well is it used to be when Jordan was up, ain't nobody talking about nobody else. Ain't nobody was talking about the mailman, and nobody was talking about John Stockton. They're good competitors.
So I agree with you.
This is the kill part to me, is that like we're not just exclusively talking about the FX3 anymore. We are now leading with ZR. We're now, and it's too early to say anything about the R6V because it hasn't come out. But we're having conversations where he is not the undisputed GOAT anymore. And I think that's really true about the FX3.
So to me, why I look at the Blackmagic Pocket 4K and I look at the FX3 as being pillars of their time is because they moved people. The most valuable thing to a lot of these brands I can't speak on behalf of the brands, but I'm gonna. This is my assumption.
Mm-hmm.
You know that there is two wars that you're fighting at all times. There is the war of a new person walking into Best Buy. What camera brand are they gonna go with? Because whatever they choose on that day, they're probably gonna stick within that brand for the next, I don't know, 5 years at least before they consider jumping ship.
And maybe life. Maybe.
And maybe life.
Some
right.
level of life.
However, if that person they stay in for at least the 5 years, like they walk into Best Buy, they buy the Canon. I'm a Canon shooter for like the next at least 5 years. But then they stay in it long enough to become a big time buyer. Because we all know there's two levels to this game. There is, I bought my original camera with maybe one or two entry level lenses, and I'll ride that forever. But then there is like where we come into play.
Crackheads.
Exactly. We buy multiple camera bodies, multiple
If you're on
lenses.
this podcast, you're a crackhead.
Yes. Just know it. You ain't got nothing better to do on a Friday than listen to us talk about more crack, and you want it.
We use together.
So
look at all that gear in front of you. You a crackhead.
So here's the deal, though. Here's my situation. I believe it's at that moment where those people decide if they're going to jump to another system.
Yeah.
Because once you jump systems, I think you are locked in for even longer than the original 5 years. Because you're making a big time decision.
That's probably a forever friend.
So here's the question then. If you can make people jump to your system, if you have a camera that can move people from an existing system to try your system, that is the most valuable asset that you have. And we've seen that with a couple cameras. We've seen the Blackmagic 4K. I don't care if you were shooting Canon. I don't care if you were shooting Sony. I don't care if you were shooting Nikon, which you probably wasn't because video wasn't a thing on Nikon back then. But if you were shooting on any other brand and you saw the Blackmagic 4K, you were like, I'll give that a shot.
Yep.
It was a mount you didn't already have. You figured out, okay, I'll adapt some lenses, whatever I got to do. But you were like,
Sister
that
wife.
price is so good. I am going to the Blackmagic 4K. And then the FX3 did the same thing. People who were shooting Canon, people who were shooting on GH4s, GH5s, whatever was out from Panasonic at the time. Other, like people who were just shooting on A6000s, they had never even had a full frame camera. People who've never shot before who just got too much money were like, I'm going to get an FX3.
Yeah.
People moved to the FX3.
Yeah, that was not like I'm going to have a sister wife. That was, I'm going to leave with my mistress.
Right. And then I believe, this is obviously my opinion and take my biases in it with whatever you want to say. I believe that the ZR had a similar movement. People looked at the ZR, especially Sony shooters, and said, I'll go flirt with Nikon for a little bit.
So, but to be clear, I want to make sure you're clear on this. This feels like a Blackmagic move, not necessarily like hopping systems. It's like I can have my Sony and I can have my ZR.
Right.
Okay.
Which is why I look at like when the original question I'm answering is to why are we still saying FX3? FX3 was the mistress that you went and married. You got a second wife. People flirt with Blackmagic. People have been flirting with the ZR. And I think that the ZR I think Nikon could come out with a camera that becomes, I'll be honest with y'all. That's the move I made.
I would just like to say I remained faithful in my marriage.
Oh my gosh.
We don't cheat.
Bro, you have a Canon.
I know.
And you have a Red. Yeah, put that hand down. What you talking about?
It's got an RF mount. It's a Canon.
You be flirting with...
Red wasn't married.
Oh my God.
Red wasn't married.
You bought...
Red wasn't married.
You bought your Red when it was owned by Nikon because they dropped the price. Yeah. Yeah, let's not pretend.
It had an RF mount.
That's like saying she kind of looked like my wife. It's not cheating. It's not cheating if she's my...
exactly looks like my wife.
It's still cheating if it's the twin sister, dog. It's still cheating if it's the twin sister. What are we talking about? So so I look at it as when we look at the FX3, People moved for it. Can Canon, can Nikon. I honestly thought the next camera that could really do it was Lumix, and Lumix is currently kind of like something that people are flirting with.
Yeah.
But can anybody come out with a system that, or a camera that makes people go, I have to go? This has been real. Enjoy the kids. I'm out.
Brandon, I will say, if I'm a company, you know how like there's churn rate?
Yeah.
You want to explain churn rate to the people?
Yeah. So pretty much like churn is just like when somebody like take your best subscription platform, Netflix, Disney Plus, whatever. You are on that platform. There's a certain number of people who will unsubscribe every single month. That is your churn.
Percentage.
So it's a percentage of your overall user base who will leave at some point.
So I think Canon, Sony, they know a year we have a certain amount of churn.
Yeah.
We have people that are going to jump ship. I'm tired of the Sony not updating, giving me open gate. I'm going to go to Lumix. And they know. All right. I don't think that Sony, Canon, well, I don't want to speak for everybody because there probably are some people that are like trying to save their churn. But I think the big three, let's say the big two.
Who are
I think
those
Sony
two?
and Canon. And not to exclude anybody, I think this is what I imagine. Two dudes on a couch. Actually, I'm going to say one dude on a couch. This is what I imagine with Sony and Canon. I don't think they're so much concerned with their churn rate, like you're saying. I think that they are concerned with the future buyers. I think that like trying to get me to switch to Sony, Sony's like, yeah, you ain't switching. Like, you ain't switching. Outside of us shipping every Sony lens and camera to you, and you shipping all your Canon stuff to us, it ain't happening. You ain't gonna switch. I think Canon, Sony, probably even Nikon, Panasonic, they're like future minds. How do we do social media influencers through YouTube, through movies, through whatever available path that they can get? We want to get the kids. We want to get the kids. And so that's where that's crazy. That's the reason why Jared Polin, did you see on his you probably didn't see it, but his Instagram post, Canon gave him, I don't even know how many R5s.
Oh, the giveaway or whatever?
To give away.
Yeah.
Like to schools, to people with cameras. They are trying to win you at before you have bought your 15 lenses for $15,000.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the point I made earlier, when you're going from your little entry level crop sensor and you jump into full frame, that is the reason why the battle is there.
Yeah, 100%.
The battle is at the R6, the FX3, the ZR, the S1 II, not the S1R. Not when you start getting up to $4,000 or $5,000 cameras. Unfortunately, though, the FX3 is sitting right there right now.
Yeah.
But like, it is at that full frame mark because I am convinced once you buy a full frame camera, a 24-70 and a 70-200, like that's like having two kids.
That's the
You ain't
reason.
going nowhere.
Us, the R8, is it the cheapest full frame?
For Canon?
No, for the 3?
Probably. I don't know. How much is it?
For the people, 15, less than.
But see, like, but the R8, I think you still gotta be good. And like, no disrespect to the R8, but it's just, bro, don't
15.
Don't act like the R8.
Don't do that.
You going with the R8? Get out of here.
If I only have $1,500,
Nah, I'd rather buy a used something.
well, of course, but a lot of people won't. You didn't when you were young.
I didn't know any better.
We didn't know any better. No one did.
I said, are you going with an R8?
I'm
Get outta
saying
here.
if we
Camera
going
gonna
back to the
overheat
beginning.
and die in 5 seconds.
Oh,
Get out of
stop that.
I'm sorry.
The Z5?
Z5.
We're going back into 2003.
Nikon Z5, $1,100.
New?
4K.
No, the Z5 II is out. We're not going backwards, guys, into mother time. $1,500. You're still more expensive.
I don't know.
See? Love my R8. R8's a good camera.
I'm not saying it's like a terrible camera.
What I'm saying is for its price point, compromises have to be made. Battery has to be made. Thermals have to be made. It has to be done.
Okay.
But you're also not going to use it the same way that you would use it too.
100%.
Like they're going to be, some people are going to take some pictures. They're going to record some video. Anyways.
So what I'm saying is, if you are going to come out with something that's going to quote unquote kill the FX3, in my opinion, I don't think that specs on paper will ever be enough. I think you have to come out with a camera that people are willing to move systems for, which is why I don't think the FX3 alone is what makes the FX3 great. It was what Sony was at that time.
Yeah.
Sony dominated for the creators. The file sizes were small. The body was perfect for social media content. It had the little thread on the sides. That way you could shoot vertical before anybody else was shooting vertical. However, things are changing now. And what people are really looking for is changing. Does Canon have the ecosystem to sustain a mass exodus from Sony shooters?
Yeah, they're gonna need to step up in that area, 100%.
And I think if Canon,
third-party lenses for sure.
If Canon opened up that mount, I think if Canon opened up the mount, the R6V, even the R6 could absolutely be considered a FX3 killer.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, I don't think we're there yet.
This is not excuses, but I think because so many people buy so many different cameras, it's clear that everybody has their own problems. Sony's too expensive. Canon's mount isn't open. The ZR is great. Great camera. There's still stuff that people want in the ZR. So it's not like considered like a perfect camera yet.
Yeah.
Lumix is probably the closest to like complete. Like I don't know if I can't think of holes in Lumix except for and don't roast me because I know there's a lot of L mount lenses, but are there a lot of L mount lenses that people want?
Yeah, there's a good amount. So Marcel, I want to answer this question. He says, my question is, Brandon, with the right lighting and lens, could you get a Sony FX3 to look like a Pixus 12K? Why are we fighting with any other brands? So
I think you can get an iPhone.
Here's the deal. I have said it a million times, and I hate that I have to say it every single time.
Yeah.
If the camera came out in the last 4 years,
great.
It's dope. It is dope. I don't think that what we're asking for at this point, because if you hear everything we've been talking about, none of it is about image quality.
Yeah.
We are at peak image quality. We're so beyond peak. They're making 17K cameras. Who the hell needs 17K? If you can't get it, you just gonna have a sharper, uglier image. Like, what are we talking about? So the issue isn't image.
Yeah.
The issue to me is, what does the camera do that makes my experience shooting with it better? That is what we're talking about.
One more step. Value to dollar.
And so that's the value though. The value is, how good is this camera at making my experience using it better? And then how much better is it compared to the price?
Yeah.
To be able to determine if it was worth that deal.
And I will say something that irritates me is when you have a company like Lumix that will show you cameras can do way more for a long time.
Yeah.
For the value than what Canon, Nikon, or Sony thought we needed.
And so when we
talk about these things, we're talking about it because Sony doesn't have us believe that like this is manna from heaven.
Yep.
And why are we complaining?
And so when we start talking about what these camera companies are offering us, and we're talking about the value, and we're talking about what makes this one better, or what makes this brand, or how does this brand do something better than this brand. The reason why I believe the brands matter is because unless you are, and I'm not even gonna like I'm not gonna put anybody in a box here, but unless you're fairly advanced, which if you're fairly advanced, let's be honest, our opinions don't matter to you.
Yeah, you're
gonna do what you're gonna do.
You're sold.
But if you're not, or if you are somebody who is still trying to make that decision, your brand does sort of lean you into certain areas of things that you can and cannot have, or things that you can and cannot expect. For example, I like shooting on Nikon. I love the system. I love the ZR. I primarily love red, but because I chose red as my main camera system, there were years where I shot Canon. Why? Because they were twins. They looked the same. Same mount, same memory card. It made sense for me to shoot on my red with a Canon. But now my red got plastic surgery. It's got a Z mount on it. What are you talking about? How's that crazy? How's that crazy? It's got a Z mount on it. It jumped ship. I stayed faithful.
You seen that restaurant in Texas?
So when it jumped ship, guess what? I jumped ship with it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
You seen that restaurant in Texas? We gotta keep going.
Okay, you gotta just send it to me. They said BBLCR. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. So when it jumped ship, I jumped ship right with it. Hey, look. Now I'm on the ZR. The ZR matches. The image looks great. I'm here for it. But that's it. It's the simplicity of jumping between those two systems. That to me is worth it to not have open gate. Now for some people, they'd rather have open gate, which means that option's off the table. ZR does not have open gate in a 4:3 aspect ratio. Red doesn't have a 4:3 aspect ratio. Oh, I have seen this. You're crazy. You're crazy.
You said it.
You're crazy.
You said it.
You're wild.
That's crazy.
Which one are you going into?
None. I'm going to a different place. I'm confused.
But like in a like for me, I believe that when you are looking at cameras, you need to ask yourself, what do I need from this camera to have a easier shooting experience? Sometimes that's open gate. Sometimes that's 32-bit float internal. Sometimes that's raw. Sometimes that it works better with another system that I'm using. Like sometimes it's lens options. Unfortunately, like you have to kind of make that decision for yourself, and then you pick the camera that's going to allow you to do the best job. So that's sort of the point. What I'm saying when we talk about what camera and what brand and all that stuff is it comes down to which camera brands and companies are giving us the best shooting experience possible, and then running with that system. Because like if you shot Canon for a long time, I bet you there were moments where I was sitting there. Are we ever gonna get into the mirrorless Rice? Are we ever gonna get eye autofocus? Mm-hmm. Like I was nervous if that was ever gonna happen when I was shooting Canon.
So it's interesting because I think I would have been there with you, and like I say, I'm just telling like personal experience. I would have been there with you, but I ended up like purchasing a 1DX Mark II right as the R's were coming out, the EOS R RP. And the way that I looked at mirrorless for the longest time was I don't even look in that direction because I have a flagship. Them little poor cameras, like I don't even look in that direction. But I will tell you, the moment I rented an R6, the Mark I for the first time, I was like, oh, I done lied to myself. And then from that point forward, I was like, I need to get my hand on a mirrorless.
Yeah.
So yeah. Like it just happened later for me, but I know I get why you felt that way.
Now, I know we've been kind of like, the conversation has been very Canon and Sony for a minute.
We're all poor. Okay, we're all poor.
Who said that?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, Carlos.
I said I was looking down at the cameras at the time. I've learned and grown. We're all poor.
By the way, what's up, Carlos? We haven't seen you in a while, man.
Yeah, brother.
So good to see you here on the show. Hope you've been doing good. Hope the family's good. Okay. So Canon's coming out with a big camera. Should be, you say 12 days?
I think May 12th is the announcement day, which is the same day that our next story is supposed to be announced on.
Yeah, May 12th is going to be a bloodbath.
May 13th.
May 13th is going to be a bloodbath. Is that a Friday? Because Sony says it's probably not the FX3.
It's a Wednesday.
It's not the FX3 that you're looking for, but this camera will be worth your time as well. So Sony's next camera is currently rumored to be the Sony A7R6. Now, if you're not in the Sony ecosystem, the R systems are their high megapixel cameras. These are their photography-driven cameras. This is where you see their best photography tech next to the A1 line, which is, obviously their hybrid. But there's a lot of rumors stating right now that they are going full Sony and saying they're not going to pull back. This camera is going to be a super high megapixel sensor. And they are also going to be bringing along a new lens to be a companion with this new camera. So the Sony A7R6 is going to use a 67 megapixel fully stacked sensor, which is crazy.
That is crazy because that's higher than the A1 II.
Yeah.
That's significantly higher than the A1 II.
Yes. And currently, if this is what we're getting in the A7 IV, shout out new subscriber. If this is what we're getting in the A7 IV, I can't imagine what they're going to be doing with the new A1 III or the A9 III, which are kind of there's like sort of like next step cameras. Now Kofi makes a really good point. He says, this sounds expensive.
For the rich.
The only thing I'm nervous about with Sony releasing any cameras right now is if you base their price off what they're currently selling, there's no way they can sell a better camera for a cheaper price than what the current ones are going for.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they could slash, but Sony doesn't seem like a slasher.
No, they add. I'm sorry. Like
they're an adder.
They add it. Now, the other rumor currently shows that this is going to be a new body design. Now, this is kind of a good thing because normally what we see is with the A7R lines is normally when Sony will introduce a new camera body, but then that camera body does slowly work its way through all the other cameras. So this will give us a little bit of an insight of them coming out with a new body for not only the A7R, but then maybe the S, unless the S is dead, which I currently believe that the S is dead. But then we'll probably also see the same body for the A7 line for the future as well. And then they're also saying that this will be priced around $5,000. And to me, that's where it's like, hard stop. What are we doing right now?
I got a question. I'm for innovation, and I want to see things push forward. Shout out to JB. Got a chance to shoot on the A1 II. Dope camera. Guys, I was covering my mouth when I did that. I want to make sure it didn't look like I was dope camera, A1 II. Wouldn't mind a sister wife.
Oh, my God.
My question, though, with this camera is, who is this for?
So I believe
what is this for?
This is your high-end portrait, high megapixel.
What?
What do you want to call it? Like photojournalist?
What?
Like crop in for days?
What?
Style camera.
So let's compare the literal flagship, the best camera that they make.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 50 megapixels.
Yep.
Okay.
We're
Stacked.
We're higher than that.
Yeah, I know it's higher than that.
Yep. Keep going.
50 ain't enough for all the pores on your face.
Nope. You need more.
You need to be able to see inside the pores.
They want to be able to use this camera to take a picture and then zoom in and enhance and see everything.
And then AI that
And
all
then,
that.
and then AI up-res it later.
No, Mr. Camera Junkie, I understand it's 4, and I'm not saying that it's not 4. I'm just wondering, gosh, the A1 II is such a good camera. It's your best camera. I don't know. It feels weird.
It's not. I mean, honestly, it's not, because we've been playing this game with Sony for a long time. Every time we get a new R, we kind of go up and up and up and up and up, and it sets the tone for the R. It sets the tone for the A1 III, because if this is sitting at 67, the A1 III is probably going to be 100 megapixels. Like I'm just gonna call it.
So I'm gonna we will put the flag in the ground right now. I promise you it won't be.
What, the A1?
Yeah, the A1 III.
That was more of a joke.
No, I know, but I'm saying it because the A1s, the R1s, the Z9s have to be viable for the Super Bowl, for Wimbledon, for the Olympics. And if it's 100 megapixels, do you know how big my file sizes were?
On your R5?
No, on the A1 too.
Oh no, what's that?
150 to 200 megabytes per file.
Well, that's because you got to be a real photographer and shoot JPEG.
You gotta be a real photographer. Shoot raw, dog. This is Frono's photo. I shoot raw. Anyways, if we went to 100,
Double.
what they doing? They putting in a freaking an M5 chip inside the. The bottlenecks would be the buffer would be crazy. The workflows would be crazy. Photographers would revolt.
I don't think they would revolt. I think you just
Sports
start
photographers would revolt.
Possibly.
They'd be like, Getty would be like, we're trying to get the photos to the internet.
You're bogging down.
What are we doing?
You're bogging down the entire internet.
What are we doing? So that's why I just say, I wonder.
I mean, the question becomes, when is enough megapixels enough megapixels? Like when you that's enough slices. Like how many megapixels do you need before you're good?
Gosh, 50 is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. The Hasselblad being at 100, I like that, but it feels like to me
As a novelty.
a novel. Thank you. And
Not a working
y'all
camera.
can send y'all novelties camera here. We'd love to try it out. But a working man's camera?
So
Tough.
Constraints. He says, yet people are asking for 8K and more. No one's asking for 8K.
Nobody wants 8K.
Like,
Somebody might want
I
it.
mean, like on the Raptor, it shoots 8K. And I only shoot it in 8K when I have to shoot it in 8K. And that's compressed raw. We're talking about photography, uncompressed raw. Now, if they start coming out with some really good compression ratios for like photography, like they do for video, then maybe we could talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
But no one's asking for 8K. And we laugh when y'all say y'all want a Pixus 12K. Because the only thing I've heard about the Pixus 12K
That's crazy.
is that it is the best 4K camera.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody always talks about with the Pixus 12K, is that they normally shoot it in 8K or 4K because they don't want to deal with those file sizes. And there's some wizardry with Blackmagic that makes that work out so well.
Yeah. So APC, go up just a little bit. I know that photographers love megapixels. I love megapixels. I remember the 5DS back in the day, high megapixel 5D camera.
Yep.
It's just so hard. It's hard because we get to a point where between 67 and 50 and that price, between the price of the A7R6 whatever and the A1 II, it just feels, I don't know. I could be wrong on this. This might sell like hotcakes. It seems like an intellectually cool camera. In today's market, does it get a similar reception to the R1X R3? It's just so expensive.
It's
so expensive, and it's like
that camera was
is 50 not enough?
that camera was crazy.
That had other flaws.
That had so many other flaws.
But I just wonder, are people upgrading their 50 megapixel A1 II to this?
Mark says, I shoot 8K and 12K on a weekly basis now. My clients can see the difference and they want it. I have a question, Mark, and this is not me trying to be funny. This is me genuinely asking. When you went from 4K to 8K and then up to 12K and your clients were like, oh my gosh, I can see the difference. Did they pay you twice as much?
Secondary question. What 12K monitors are they using?
They're not. But
is that not a legitimate question though?
Well, you don't have to shoot. You don't have to see it back in 12K to fully see the difference.
You don't have to, but
it's I'm genuinely, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, I know some of y'all are laughing. I'm being very serious because here's the thing. 8K and 12K, while your clients might say, "Ooh, I like that. That looks sharper." It's not going to necessarily make the end product better. And the workflow is so much slower that, to me, it needs to justify financially the price, because you're saying clients. Now, if you're just doing it for you, do whatever you want, man. All good to you. Like, if you want, like, I shoot stuff in 8K because I want it and I want it to be future proofed. But he says, I actually now charge about 30% more for ultra definition 12K. Well, hey, you know what? Mark's figured it out.
Yeah, if it works for you, bro, then nothing else matters. And if people are willing to pay, that's great. I just say,
here's a funny story. Kirk says maybe Mark's client is Best Buy. I worked at Best Buy for years, and I got a chance to do like a little internship thing with their production team when I was working there.
Yeah.
Funny story. So you know how you go into Best Buy. Now, granted, this is before I was working at Best Buy before 8K was the thing. 4K was everything.
Yeah.
It was what they were selling all the TVs on. They had all the QLEDs and this was when Sharp was a thing, so they had the quad color displays and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Diabolical. When you go into Best Buy and you're looking at all these beautiful 4K TVs and you're trying to pick which one do I want to buy, you notice how they're all running the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only way to split images across that many TVs is with a coaxial cable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what coaxial can't do?
He about to get sued.
It can't output 4K.
Yeah.
So when you walk into Best Buy and you see all these beautiful 4K TVs and you're like, oh my gosh, that image looks so good. I want that image. Unless you were in Magnolia, which is where the rich people buy their TVs.
Yeah.
Every image you were looking at in Best Buy was a 1080p display that was being upscaled by the TV to 4K.
For sure.
So when you walked in and they were like, yeah, this is a 4K image, straight lying.
That's what I was asking about the monitor. I'm not saying if you take a 12K and you downscale it to 1080p, it's not going to look ultra sharp. I am saying, do we not get to a point with that much resolution that your iPhone screen or your laptop screen or even your TV screen, can it only do so much resolving that you can tell the difference between 4, 6, 8, and 12K? Because that's how I've understood resolution up to this point. That, bro, if you're not on a monitor or you're not viewing it on a device that supports it, you're not getting all of the benefits of shooting in that resolution.
Yeah.
And so I could be wrong. And that's where I would need more education from people smarter than me.
Yeah. So, it's crazy. Streaming TV is a 720p and the TV upscales it to 1080. This is also a real thing.
Yeah.
This is also like a real thing.
What was it? ESPN for the longest time, bro?
Oh yeah, they were streaming in 720 forever.
Forever. Forever.
TVs got to 4K, and then they started streaming in 1080.
Yeah.
So let's see. What is Cliff says? So 8K lets you deliberately shoot 30% wider and crop to reframe in post for delivery. 8K chroma key is spectacular. Extra stabilization room too. So Cliff, fully agree with you. I fully agree with you. But you're shooting in 8K knowing that you're not actually going to
delivering.
You're not actually delivering in 8K, and you're not actually using the full 8K pixels. So if you are shooting at 8K to reframe, go for it.
Yeah. I do that with 6K. When I shoot in 6K, I'm delivering in 4K.
Yes. And having that extra room to be able to crop in, if you need to frame your shots right, go for it. The real Ray, I kind of agree with the second part of your statement there, is when you start getting into special effects. So, and I really did not, Mark, because I've actually never really even seen you chat before. So I did not want you to feel like attacked by my question. This was like a genuine conversation, because that's what we do on this show. And he says, you're confusing sharp with increased detail.
Yeah, and I'll be clear, Mark, like I don't know. I that's the reason why I posed it in a question form.
Increased detail, to me, at least in my experience, and I'm only just one, I'm a dude on a couch, has come in handy. I'm a dude on a couch with a lot of gear.
With a lot of crack.
with a lot of crack on the couch. It's a crack couch. But like increased detail has come in handy with doing things like special effects, right? So whenever we did like the Star Wars short film, and we were going to need to have more information for tracking, like that is when the increased detail and sharpness that I'm talking about came in handy.
Yeah.
Because our special effects team needed that information. We shot that whole thing in 8K specifically for that reason. But increased detail with most of my clients in like their face really just means they look kind of worse. Like, I don't want to see more pores, more detail in their face. Mm-hmm. So yes, I guess
put a filter over that.
So I mean, the whole purpose and the whole reason why we even got down this crazy rabbit hole was we were talking about when is enough information enough? Like when have you hit that like threshold of saying we're good? And I think from image quality wise, we're there. We're past there.
Yeah.
And honestly, 8K.
Because for every person that can see it, there's about 1 billion people that can't.
I'd say 90% of the people can't.
Yeah.
And I think the only time you really can is if you're looking at it side by side. And here's a really, really hot take that I have for you. I think that if you are, and I'm going to speak primarily for narrative and for entertainment style content, if your image is so captivating and so sharp or whatever, and that's what people are focused on, and they're not actually focused on the content of the actual film or the video, you might have made a mistake. Because now you're distracting.
Unless you're just supporting like maybe the story was never good.
But that's what I'm saying. Then then you're off on the story. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. But like maybe you're just brought in to shoot the story, but you're like, I'm going to do a good job. Y'all suck.
I feel like Mark is really upset because now he's commenting in all caps.
By about 22K, there's no further reason to go beyond 20.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's talking to somebody in the comments because we're not even talking about that.
I don't know. I guess so. Don't fight with Mark in the chat.
He says, no, I'm not at all.
Okay.
High K's ad. What is that?
I don't know. He's typing so fast.
No one, not at all.
I'm not upset, guys. Okay.
Yeah, I believe you.
All right. Sure. Sure, dog.
All right.
I'm happy.
Yo, we've gotten so far off of...
Bro, we still have more stories to get to.
So what we've come to is the A7R6 sucks.
No.
I'm just playing.
The way.
Put your little megapixels away. We don't want them. No, I'm just kidding.
The way you're getting clipped
I want to be clear. And I am buffering when I ask this question, who is this for? Obviously, I understand it's for photographers. I ain't dumb. I am taking this with the grain of salt of today in today's economy, with today's landscape of AI and all of it, taking all of it, and how much is this going to cost? And I'm just wondering, who is this for? Not like, is this for plumbers? Of course, it's for photographers. Just wondering.
I wonder, when you get, if you have an A7, and this is if there is a single person in the chat right now who has an A7R5, or even an A7R4.
I feel like that was a popular camera.
What are you wanting from this camera? Because like I have the same, like photographers, like I have this, maybe it's a wrong belief, but for photographers, not video shooters, which means not most of y'all, but for photographers, why are you upgrading? When are you upgrading? Because I am convinced that you don't. I don't know if that's accurate. This is for the owner program.
Top tier comment.
But I wonder, like, what is the reason why you upgrade your photography camera? Do you really want more megapixels? Does that actually even matter to you? Let's see. What did Carl say? Maybe Sony just needs to show the people that they are still trying and will only build 5 of these cameras so they can say it's sold out.
So I think the Sony needs to go back to the ground and pound game. Go back down. Go back down and make your crap cheaper and make your maybe not your entry level, but your entry level to your mid tier better. Like, I feel like you have been consecutively releasing high end products that the people aren't buying.
Yeah.
And so I know that we roasted you for all the different flavors of A7R6s. Dude, they have the most confusing A7C, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Sony boys.
Make the best $2,500 camera you can right now.
Make cheap cameras great again. That's what I think.
That's what I think. I agree with you. All right, let's move on because I feel like we try to be nice to Sony and then y'all start chatting and then it just, oh my gosh. You know what's crazy? We got another Sony story.
Oh, but this is the Sony story that they want.
This one might actually make you guys happy. At least the Sony boys. Sony boys in the chat. If you did not catch this news, Sony has registered 2 new cameras in China. And while I am holding my breath, I'll be honest with you, because I just don't want to be disappointed again.
And we've heard reports contrary.
And yep, one of those 2 cameras is looking to be the FX3 II. Now, is that really going to be the FX3 II? And are we really thinking we're going to get an FX3 Mark II right now? Here's what I will say without giving away any sources or bits of information. Do I have information that the FX3 Mark II is underway in development? Yes. Do I know exactly when it's coming and if it's showing up this year? No. My sources haven't given me that much information. But I do know enough to say that I believe that the camera is... I don't know how to say this without getting anybody in trouble. But I'll just say, like, the camera right now, could it be an FX3 Mark II that we're going to get this year? I'm inclined to maybe believe that.
Yeah.
But I've heard that so much work is going into this camera that, like, it also makes me not believe that it will be ready in time for this year.
I can see that too, because aren't we about to come up on a chip shortage and oil shortage and all that?
Yeah, and AI is going to take everybody's job. So
yeah,
so part of me goes, will we see the FX3 Mark II this year?
Hold on. Will we or won't we? Is it necessary to see it this year? Why do I look like that?
I don't know.
100%.
Here's what, okay.
It might not come out this year.
I don't know if it's necessary.
Necessary.
I think that the FX3 Mark II could come out. Okay. I think a cinema camera from Sony has to drop this year. Could it be the FX6 Mark II? Yes. Would that hold over some people for the FX3 Mark II? Yes, I believe it would. However, if we don't get either one of them this year, that's gonna be a tough. That's gonna be a tough
this year,
tough
Brandon.
battle.
When the Z. So hey, guys, I am not locked in. I don't have sources. All I can do is report on the crap in my brain. When the ZR gets its update, when Canon drops these cameras. Bro, Sony, if you don't come to the game and play, y'all might be cooked. I'm not saying you're coming to Canon, but you might be cooked, because the problem is they're not going to drop a camera on January 1st. So it's not even like we're not talking about this year. We're talking about we're not getting anything until mid next year. And then if they announce it mid next year, you're not getting it until 2 years from now. You're not getting it till next Christmas. You're cooked. You're cooked.
Nah.
You're cooked. You better release this year. You better announce it. Development announcement this year. Give the soy boys a reason to save their money. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be realistic. People have been waiting. How long have we been talking about FX3 rumors, Mark II?
At least 2 years now.
And you gonna wait another 2 years? They gone.
Nah.
They gone.
I don't think they're gone.
They gone. Or they're cheating.
It's so tough.
They're cheating.
It's so tough.
They're getting themselves a little ZR.
I think they might. I think some FX3 shooters might get a ZR, especially if we get the ZR update that we think that we're gonna get. Yeah, I think some Sony shooters are gonna give the ZR, because once the ZR's H.265 is better, so you could shoot like you do on a Sony, but you have like a good small file size to work with, but you also still get log 310, which is what they're currently saying, which means you get the red color science and a log 310 H.265 and it's sharp. Yeah, I think some Sony shooters are going to at least give. I mean, I know Sony shooters who've already picked up ZRs.
Yeah.
And they're just adapting their lenses over.
Yep.
And just, they're just messing around right now. They're just messing around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely think that Sony at least needs to do a developmental announcement. I 100% agree with you there. If they can come out with a FX3 this year, that would be huge. I just don't think they should rush it if it means they fumble the bag. Like, as insane as it is, I think an FX3 Mark II without open gate will still have negative press to deal with. But if it can come out at 6K,
that's what I'm gonna say.
Open gate.
If it's at 4K,
even if you said it shoots 4K video, 5K open gate, I know you're not gonna like that. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you say you shoot 4K,
does that feel like a gimmick?
No, it just feels like they're doing what it takes to survive.
If they improved under low light,
yes, and
you got to improve. If you say, hey, we're keeping low megapixels,
yes,
which means we can't go up to higher resolutions,
right?
But we are going to have a camera that is 20% better at low light, and we're going to retain the title for low light king. Yeah, I'd be fine with 5K.
Yeah, they're gonna say it's like 4K and then 5K open gate, and it has 32-bit float internal.
Central 4.1K.
That's wild. But if they could do those things in the current body style, even if they did put it in the FX2's body, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I know a lot of you guys like the EVF on it, and they put the EVF on there too, I think that would be enough.
It needs to be detachable.
It should be detachable, but
but
they've already put too much. They've already put too much money into that body, and they're not going to put it in one camera body that didn't sell. They got to reuse
maybe your butt got kicked enough that you're like, we got to make it detachable. We got to keep the body.
That makes it. That's too much. That's too much work.
More money.
It makes it more expensive.
Yeah, I see that.
So, and they don't need the cameras to be any more expensive than they already are.
They don't care.
No, they do care. They have to. They're gonna care, because the truth is that this camera has to come in, and this camera has to. It has to rock. It has to.
What's the price point though?
Well, the current price point of an FX3, the last time I saw it was like 4 bands. Let's see what it's currently sitting at. I feel like watching the price of an FX3
$4,500
is like it's like watching the stock market. I'm not even kidding. The FX3 right now is $4,300.
I told you.
It's the only camera that actually moves in the wrong direction. That actively moves in the wrong direction pricing wise.
Sony people will buy it at that price.
If the FX,
It's a badge of honor.
yes, I agree. No
Everybody else, it should be priced at 35.
I think it should be priced about 35, but I don't think it will
To be competitive.
It doesn't have to be competitive.
I disagree.
I don't think it has to be competitive.
I disagree. Like, to me, here's the deal. The reason why the FX3 was goated is because what it offered in its form factor, somewhat at its price, is a little expensive at that time too.
At that
We have
time,
options now.
we do.
Yeah, because at that time we had expensive cinema cameras. We had expensive Komodos. We had expensive C500s. We had expensive C300. Like, I feel like the FX3 came out during expensive camera season, and so when it came out at its price point, it's like, oh my gosh, you were on the cheaper end of cinema cameras. But now, with C50s in the water, with ZR in the water, with this R6V in the water, you're cooked. Yeah, like the FX3 Mark II will not be goated like the FX3 will.
No, which we already knew that. I mean, even when
The FX3 will not be a FX3. The FX3 2 will not be an FX3 killer.
I think that it'll be how, like, right now when you think about Michael Jordan, you picture him in a Bulls jersey. He wore another jersey, but we just don't talk about that.
He was a little wizard.
Yeah. Avada Kedavra.
So I will say this in a real way. Sony dominance, I don't know, bro.
You know, I think all you got to do is keep your current, like, Sony already dominates. Like, we go out, we see it. We go to NAB, we go to Cine Gear. People run around with their Sonys. On set, on Instagram, people are running around with their Sonys, shooting content, shooting commercials, shooting concerts, shooting films. People rock with the FX3. You cannot deny that. I think
people rock with the FX30.
There are people who rock with the FX30 as well.
Yeah.
But I'm saying people rock with the FX3. We can't deny that. That's the reason why it's goated. You come out with an FX3 Mark II, and you can come out with it at the same price that the current FX3 is going for, but you make it a little bit better, yada, 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 yada. People will buy, and just to stay where it's at.
Kirk, don't forget he said with their little Sonys.
I mean, physically in size, it's little. It's a tiny camera.
You didn't even say that.
Did I not say that?
I gaslighted you into a quote.
I probably did say that. I say all kinds of things.
People run around with their little Sonys. Somebody said that to me yesterday.
What?
Your little business.
How's your little business going? Did they ask you that? Bro, smack them straight.
I genuinely, I just laughed.
Oh my gosh.
I just laughed.
I'd be like, it pays my big bills.
It pays my little bills. Little.
That's crazy. All right. So if we do get an FX3 this year, I think they right the ship. Honestly, I am convinced. This camera can't flop.
No, I don't think so. Gosh, I hate being in this position because, contrary to popular belief, Sony makes incredible cameras. Like, if we just take the prices off of it, and we're just talking about cameras, great cameras.
100%.
A7V, great camera. A12, great camera. A9 III, great camera. All greats. Wouldn't mind using them. Have used some of them. But I disagree with you. Like, I think that we are in the league of the NBA. Back in the day, the NBA had two teams, maybe that could win the championship.
What are you talking about?
Like during Jordan's era, it's like, alrighty, there weren't like crazy contenders for the title. now that the league has been like, oh, players can move to the teams where they want to, they can request to be on teams, they can pressure their way to be on teams. I feel like now we're in an NBA that like everybody's great and nobody, like Giannis, he ain't putting 3 back-to-back. Jokic ain't putting 3 back-to-back.
Yeah.
Steph ain't putting, without KD, back-to-back, sort of deal. I feel like that's where we are in cameras right now, that like the FX3 Mark II is going to come out. Y'all ain't going to have the reign y'all had when the FX3 came out. I don't know the dominance is happening anymore. I think you're going to have people continuing to buy Canon, people continuing to buy Lumix, people continuing to buy Sony, people continuing to buy Nikon, and the lead that you got, you let it evaporate. That's my opinion. You let it evaporate. And that's on you.
Moving too slow. Dang, that's kind of crazy.
It's on you. Y'all, man, they could have been stomping on graves. They could have put people out of business.
I think that
They let up off the gas.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like they still have a lot of people who rock with them. They're just super quiet right now.
No. I'm not trying to make it seem like they don't have millions of customers. You guys do. And you have every right so, because the cameras are great. I just think that OKC could win this year. Lakers could win this year.
What I'm saying is you're saying because the game starts over every year. The point that I believe and why I say it can't flop and that it won't flop is that if you took if your previous season, if your previous basketball season had any indication of your standings for the next season, it would be different. The game, like the reason why the NBA is the way the NBA is because during the offseason every year, you're right. People can choose to jump teams and build these new Power 3 teams and then say, all right, cool, we're going to go play ball. But the camera industry is not like that. There are too many FX3s in people's hands already. People own too many Sony lenses. So when the FX3 Mark II comes out, too many people are going to, just like with an iPhone, they are going to say, this is my next logical upgrade. People upgrade from iPhone to iPhone every year. Not because just a new iPhone came out. It's because they already had an iPhone and a better one just came out and they need to upgrade to it.
Yeah.
Too many people have the FX3 right now. And so when Sony drops an FX3 Mark II, just like we saw wildly when the FX3A came out, people were like, is this the upgrade? Is it time for me to up? No, fool. It's the same damn camera. This won't be the same camera. So people who have FX3s, who've been sitting around with A7Vs, who are shooting on the A7S3, they are going to look at the FX3 Mark II and go, natural progression.
I don't disagree with you.
Let them tell you that the FX3 Mark II also cuts flawlessly with the FX3 Mark I image-wise. They're going. I always needed a second camera body. Now I can get the better camera as my second camera body, and I can still use my original FX3. And I will tell you, I am looking forward to that. I am looking forward to that moment. Because what I think it will do, and this is like something that's just now coming to my mind, bro, let FX3 Mark Is hit the used market for $2,500?
They won't.
No, because here's the deal.
But that'd be incredible.
If the FX3 Mark II comes out and everybody goes to buy one for four bands, right? They're going to want to sell their FX3 Mark IIs or their FX3 Mark Is. When they start selling them, the value of the FX3 Mark I is going to plummet.
Yeah, because they'll flood.
Because they're going to flood the market because there's so many of them. So that's what I'm saying. Let those start selling for around $2,500, $2,700. And now people who can't afford the new one starts buying them. People who couldn't even afford the normal FX3 can now buy them for $27,000. Sony might win twice. Dominate the market twice. The big issue that people have with the FX3, and even I have with the FX6, I can't find a used one for a good price because people are holding them.
So I'm gonna be fair with you. I'm generally an optimistic person. So not only do I see your point of view, I can see what you're saying happening. And I'm not even saying it's optimistic like it's like oh, is that anything gonna happen? That's super optimistic. I can see that happening 100%. I could see the FX3s flooding the market. I could see their price crashing. I could see people buying those up. I could see that providing money to buy the 2s 100%. I could see that happening. I don't know. I just have PTSD from that FX3A.
That wasn't a real camera.
I know. But there's like a piece that before the FX3A, what do we know about Sony? Recycle, reuse, reduce, whatever. I'm not saying they're going to do that with the FX3 too. I'm just saying I think there is a realm in which this camera comes out too expensive because maybe they put a lot in it to try to make it look way better. Or not look way better, be way better. And then it's like, ooh, hard to adopt because it's $5,000 or it's expensive. And then you have all these like really great options in the market. Is that a possibility? Or is it like we don't decide to go super high end on the FX3 too because we want to keep it in line with the price? And then are people looking at the C50 and being like, ooh, they're looking at the ZR and being like, ooh, like,
nah,
we're 4K? We're still 4K, and then it doesn't get. So I'm just saying, I see multiple pathways, and I wonder what it'll be.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. The best thing they could probably do, realistically, don't even come out with an FX3 Mark II. Come out with an FX4.
Ooh.
Change the whole numbering system. Change the whole game.
Well, people know though.
I mean, people still picked up the FX2, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, we do have one other camera that has recently just hit the rumor mill. There's not a whole lot of information about this one, so we'll keep this one fairly brief. But Nikon, apparently on Nikon Rumors website, is currently, they're showing a rumor for a fixed lens Nikon camera. Now, honestly, does a fixed lens Nikon camera, in my opinion, really, like, is it going to move the needle? I don't think so. But I do think that Nikon, just like what we've been talking about with Canon and with Sony, Nikon right now has a ZR, and it is making waves.
Yeah.
And as a lot of people have said, with a single software update, the ZR can become probably one of the best cameras on the market. But here's the deal. Here's my genuine question about it. What does Nikon need to do outside of the ZR update that's going to really move the needle? And I think what Nikon wants to do...
For this camera or in general?
In general. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know if this fixed lens camera is going to make like Nikon ZR shooters want to like go, be like, oh, let me pick up this camera. Unless it's priced crazy well. Because like if this camera comes in at, I don't know, let's say $899. But it gives you all the benefits that you get out of the ZR. You just have a fixed lens on it. So you got like a little play version of your ZR to run around with. You might be interested. But I think what Nikon needs to do right now, and what they're going to try to do with this camera, and then hopefully they try to do with some of the lenses that they talked about, is they need to get more Nikon purchases happening. That's what needs to happen right now for the Nikon system. Yeah. Because like you mentioned before, and like we said
multiple
earlier,
hits running at the same time.
Yes, because the ZR is kind of a flirt camera. If you shoot Sony, you'll flirt with Nikon and get a ZR. You know, if you shoot Lumix, you might.
And if you don't need to buy any lenses.
And you make it work
with the new camera.
But if you're Nikon, your goal is to. All right, they own the hook. They bought that ZR. Reel them in. And right now, the best bait they have is the ZR and Red.
Yeah.
And probably the ZR because of Red. So whatever they got to do right now, they got everybody on the hook. How you going to reel them in?
I think there's two things that I think about. I was actually having a conversation with one of my friends, and he wanted to buy a fixed lens camera. And he's just like, man, I just want to enjoy photography. Now, I think some people, if you're like an anxious person or you're like a person that like hates multiple decisions, you're just like, bro, just tell me what I like. My Sony.
What do I buy?
Be my Sony. Be Sony to me. Tell me what to buy. I do think there's a lot of people that are just like, because I have people ask me all the time, hey, what body do you suggest to shoot this? And I'll tell them the body and they'll be like, how much? And they're like, how many lenses does it come with? I was like, dog, that's just the body. So
Yeah.
I do think there's a lot of people that are just like, hey, I think we think about it as a fun camera.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's our fun camera. But I think for a lot of people, it's a stress-free, take great photo camera. So I think that it could be for that person, and that would be dope. And obviously the second sort of reasoning to me is Fuji, the 106.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. There's probably some letters. Yeah.
X106.
Like proved to be such a popular camera, and I'm really hoping that that Canon has a retro camera that it's going to come out with. But I think that this product category, Fuji proved that it's ripe and that people can step into it.
Yeah.
It really is just going to depend on, like, you just can't do what Sony did. Like, you just can't be $5,000, and you can't. I think I liked what Fuji GFX RF100 did.
Oh, the medium format fixing?
Which it's a massive, and it's going to cost a lot. But the fact that because it had so many megapixels, if you have a fixed lens, it's a 35, it's a 60, it's a 90.
Yeah.
And the photos are going to look great. So I don't know if you can pull that off.
I think you go the other way. I think you say cheap. I don't think you try to be like a Leica.
Yeah.
Because like the Leica Q already exists. And the reason why the Fuji was so good was because it was at least medium format.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you're Nikon right now, you are winning the I'm toying around with you game. If this camera comes out and it's like Fuji X106, but it's full frame,
mm-hmm.
it comes in max 15, but realistically, you'll sell like hotcakes around 800. And we already know Nikon is not opposed to slashing prices. Look at the price of the ZR.
That's a big flirt.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's a big $800. That's a big flirt.
But like this is what I'm saying. If Nikon can keep if they can keep the price points low on their cameras as they keep coming out, like I get it. A ZR Pro needs to obviously going to cost more than the $2,100 that the ZR costs. That's okay. Pro, whatever, make it go up at that point. But your value is still higher than what we're paying for.
Yeah.
If this is such a niche camera, fixed lens. If we can keep those things really well priced,
yeah.
And if you have a ZR, but you're like, I don't want to always bring out the ZR. I'm just going out with the family. I just want to take a couple quick photos. I think Sony had the right mindset with the RX1R. Like, you don't want to take a massive A7R every time you go out or worry about swapping lenses. Where they made the mistake was the price. The camera is actually good, but it's so hard to justify for the price point. That's the only reason why we
the concept in theory is great.
Yeah. So I think if Nikon can nail that, you could take somebody who, obviously you have your Nikon shooters, but you could take somebody who's a new Nikon shooter from a ZR,
the youth,
and move them over. And then the same with, like you said, with the youth, if it does shoot a little video, don't have to be crazy, shoot a little video, it becomes the stepping stone into the ZR.
The pop-up flash.
It don't even need to have pop-up flash, honestly.
The youth want pop-up flash.
The youths are crazy. The current rumors, and these are brand new rumors from Nikon Rumors. So this could, I'll be honest with you, I don't believe any of the stuff that I'm seeing here. Well, not that I don't believe it, because some of it sounds like it could be realistic, but I'm not going to hold my breath on any of it. But they're currently saying no EVF. However, it will have an optional hot shoe EVF, which is funny because there was talk at one point. Brandon Talbot said it in his ZR video, was he asked them, was there an opportunity that a EVF could be added to the ZR? And Nikon didn't say no, but they said, we'll have to see if that's something that can come in the future.
Yeah.
If it's tech they were already working on, maybe it's just an accessory that will work with this camera and then will work with the ZR. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But they said 2 physical dials, high resolution full frame sensor, which I think is absolutely key. Full frame all the way. They're saying no IBS. It currently says no video. That doesn't make any sense to me because even their retro photography camera, the ZF, has video and actually pretty good video at that mind. And they actually even have a crop sensor retro camera, the ZFC, that even has video. So I doubt that they come out with a camera today that doesn't have video because that would be terrible.
Throwback.
Hopefully
to the pre-video days.
Bro, if they made that mistake, I would tell them.
Now, if it's at $800, is it a mistake?
It's still a mistake. It's absolutely a mistake.
But if it was the difference between $800 and $1,500?
Video is not that much. Like, I'm sorry, video does not cost that much. What are we talking about?
Well, I'm just saying if there was a purpose behind it. But obviously you disagree. I think if
What's the purpose?
No.
Today? Not have video on a camera?
No. The purpose is like, we wanted to get this, we wanted to make a photography forward camera and we wanted to get the price down to $800. I could be like,
you could tell me no log. It only shoots H.265 with
I offended Brandon. My intention was not to offend you. My intention was to say, if they had a reason why there's no video.
The only reason why a camera should not have video.
It's going to be cheaper.
The only reason why a camera should not have video is if it literally pops up a Polaroid out of the dang camera. If it's not printing the picture on site, you better have video. What are we talking about? If you ain't a Leica, you better have video. What are we talking
Brandon,
about? If you ain't Hasselblad,
Brandon, you gotta stop being.
You better have video.
You gotta stop being poor. There's levels to this. You need multiple cameras.
I'm not rich like you.
You need multiple cameras in your lineup, bro.
I'm not rich like you.
One can be a photo.
I'm not rich like you, dog.
Bro, Brandon, how many people ask you for free gear?
Too many. What are we talking about?
Bro, chat. Y'all know me more
it's 2026.
Y'all know me more than new people. But though Rachel, stop being poor goes crazy.
You told me to stop being poor.
It's a joke.
You're rich.
It's a joke. And then you made me think about this.
I said Hasselblad and Leica.
Yeah.
If you ain't Hasselblad and you ain't Leica, put video in your cameras.
They need video in their cameras. For that much money.
They should have it.
For that much money. That's crazy. But I get 10 to 15. Y'all know me better. 6 kids. Starving artist. No, I'm just playing. I'm not a starving artist. But I get 10 to 15 requests a day. Yo, homie, it's my birthday.
Oh, they nice. They at least give you a reason.
Let me get that R6.
I just get, in my country, it's very hard to get cameras.
We get them all.
What you think? You think it's gonna be easier for me to ship it to you? What are we talking about?
Get a new president. Bro, Brandon, what I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you how many requests every day. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what it looks like. I ain't got that much crack on my side.
These are your lenses. Don't front. Don't front. These are your lenses.
The way that you are like.
What are we talking about?
You're rich. Look at all that gear on Brandon's side of the camera.
It's Nikon sent me this camera and the lens. These are your lenses.
What have I bought?
The most expensive thing I have on here is this Tascam. What are we talking about, Jarrell? Don't mess with me.
What have I bought?
Yeah, exactly.
What have I bought?
All right, the people know. You rich.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You got to be rich to have 6 kids.
Use code Jarrell to get a free shopping when you're buying Canon. That's crazy. So, once again, let's remind everybody.
I wasn't even done going through the specs.
I know. If you are on this podcast, if you're listening to this podcast, you're poor.
Oh my gosh, you're wild. Don't let rich people talk to y'all like that, chat.
No, we're poor.
No, you need to not talk to them. They are not poor.
Frugal. He's frugal? Nah.
Poor. What did he say? What did Dave Chappelle say? Poor is a mindset. We're broke. All right. We broke.
Don't need to be reminded that I'm poor.
We bunch of broke boys.
We like to humble. We like to even ourselves.
All right, so this camera they're saying is supposed to have no video. If it does not have video, don't release it.
Nikon. I don't speak that poorly about you. You
I
do
ain't
whatever you
speaking-
want.
This is a rumor. It says tilt only OLED. I'm okay with that if it's the right price. Similar to the ZR, but designed for photography. Don't know what that means. Small, slim body. And then they're saying it's going to come in 3 different color options: black, champagne, and a panda color, which panda is black and white. So what that means? White with black accents?
Unless it's like a red panda.
Don't nobody put panda and they thinking about a red panda.
Well, I mean,
That's what they do at the Houston Zoo to get you there, and then you look at it and you go, that ain't no real panda.
that's more brand.
So, yeah, I think that this camera could be cool if it's priced right. I think the number one thing Nikon should be focused on right now is getting ZR shooters to buy more Nikon products ASAP. They're doing it pretty well with the ZR, and now they said they got some cinema lenses that are coming out. I hope they're priced really well because I hope those move. That will get people to lock in at the Nikon ZR space, especially if those lenses also autofocus and work well with the red, give you a nice little upgrade path. But I think the biggest thing that Nikon could do right now is solidify those people into the Nikon space. If you are Nikon and you're trying to figure out how do we capitalize on the ZR moment, you need to get people locked in. And the easiest way you're going to do that is with affordable lenses and getting them to buy a second camera body. Because those are the two things that lock you into a system. Once you have more than one camera body, you're locked. And if you start buying some nice lenses, you're locked. The only issue they have right now is their 24-70 and their 70-200 are a bit pricier than others. But they do have some affordable 2.8 options that are just a little bit different. So yeah. I think Nikon could do it. I think it'd be interesting to see what they try to do. I don't know if this camera is going to be the one to do it, but if it's priced right and you get the right TikToker to make the video about it, that's what happened with the X100. Get a TikToker to make your camera go viral, and everybody will buy it. It'll sell out quickly.
Yes. Yes, Mark. There are many channels that report on the news, and you know what they do? They report on the news, get you all excited. And this is no shade to these people. Everybody's got to make money. But they will report on these cameras, get people hyped up. They'll put their affiliate links in the chat, and then there's like some sort of bonus that goes to them, or commission that goes to them. As you can tell if you look at our description, we're just reporting on the news. Just reporting.
We just two dudes on the couch. Wasting a Friday.
Just talking.
For 3 years straight.
For 3 years straight. We're just talking.
We're just talking.
Oh, Logan, I got you, bro. I got you. You've been dropping dimes this whole episode. We've been seeing.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot of trash about a lot of cameras today. No offense to none of y'all. I will say, though, as we go into this next one.
Full offense.
The baseline for camera techs has changed. What is the new bare minimum? I'll tell you right now. The bare minimum is video. I'm about to die on this.
Even for photo cameras?
Video. What are you talking about?
So, a man can't like what a man likes?
As long as you like video. What are you talking about?
A man can't like a photo camera?
He can. The camera just needs to be able to shoot video.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I even think the M11 would be nice if it could actually shoot video. I'm not saying it has to shoot great video.
So I would agree with you. It has to shoot video at its price point. Has to.
I don't know if there is a cheap enough photo camera where I will go
$250.
You know what? I've got the I'm about to put y'all on game. Hold on. I'm gonna go grab it. Wait. Yeah, I see it. Hold on. Let me tell y'all why I'm so passionate about this. Hold on.
I think we could have some segregation.
Okay, y'all see this little camera right here? This is a Kodak.
Is that a toy?
Right? This is a Kodak little digital camera. This camera costs like less than $100. It is like an old school photography camera.
Today, you could buy that today for $100.
This camera shoots photo and video.
That's like the little Barbie cam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it work?
Yeah, it worked.
It's $100? Bruh, this needs to be $25. Oh, I bet you this feels so nostalgic. What is this, like 144p?
What's the model on the front say?
Keychain digital camera. Kodak camera, keychain digital camera. Doesn't have dang, USB-C? Dang, I told you Brandon was rich.
I'm not rich.
Spy camera.
That camera costs $82.
Dang, 82 much.
Shoots video, shoots photo. Fantastic little BTS camera. Does everything I needed to do. It's got the nice little nostalgia vibe to it.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Hold on.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna do a little product review right quick. A little
I don't have a card in it.
Oh, you don't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dang.
But this little camera right here, little $100, throw it on your keychain, made out of plastic. You break it, you don't even feel that bad about it. The point I'm making, this camera
Use your phone.
is $89. You're right, I could use my phone. This camera is $82. At this price point, it should have video. So what I'm saying is there's not a photography camera that you can say, oh, we stripped video out of it to get the price down. That doesn't make sense to me.
So they got to go the opposite way. We made it super expensive and took video out.
No. That's why I don't own an M11 right now. It's so hard for me to justify buying a Leica M11.
You're
now,
a fun
Q,
camera.
The Q has video. So I'm like, all right, I can get that. Hasselblad has entered the chat.
Is it the SL3?
You got to be so good at photos and charging for it, obviously. But you got to be so good at photos that you say, this camera don't need no video because we are that good at photos.
I do think.
I don't think you go the other way and say, this camera is so cheap, it can't afford to put video in it.
Somebody, I could go so many different directions. But all right, to sticking on topic. So yours video is necessary. To me,
oh, that was my joke one, but yeah.
Oh, that's your joke one?
Yeah, we can talk about some real ones.
Okay. Something that I feel like is bare minimum. That's hard. Bare, not what we want, but if it doesn't have this, it's a flop. Is that what you mean?
Sure.
Okay.
Interpret it however you want to.
How are you interpreting it?
As the new bare minimum. What are we talking about?
So it's not what it needs to have. If it doesn't have this, it's gonna flop.
Yep. Sure.
Okay. To me, I think we're getting to the point where if it's not higher than 4K, now don't crucify. I'm not saying it needs to be 8, 12, 17, but if we're not doing a flavor above 4K, some flavor above 4K, I think that you're missing the ballpark.
Wow. So you think we are beyond 4K?
I don't think that we're beyond 4K. I want to be able to literally crop, stabilize. I want to be able to reframe. I want to be able to be a little bit sharper.
Mm-hmm.
Like 4K
Mark's gonna come for you, bro.
4K is the obviously if you don't have 4K, go home. If you're releasing a camera in 2026 and it doesn't have 4K, maybe that's what it should be. It doesn't have 4K, you're cooked. But I think we're one step further. Like I think we need a little bit more than 4. Nah, he'd be shooting 12K.
No, but we went in for a minute about why he didn't even need.
No,
8K.
He didn't need 12K.
He didn't need 8K.
12. I know. I started off my take. I'm not talking about 7, 8, 17K. I'm just saying we need a little bit more than 4. Realistically, I think probably 6 is too much for bare minimum. It's too much.
See what you want. 4.2K.
So it's between. Yeah, I'd be the bare minimum. Absolutely.
4.2K.
4.2K is the bare minimum.
Crazy. So here's what I'm gonna go with my bare minimums. They're a little bit different. I think the bare minimum for a lot of these cameras is you need a functional app that I can use on my phone or iPad. I think you need a solid app interface. Make that work. Because I want to be able to remote control my camera easily. Lumix has a pretty good one. Nikon's is okay. Red has the best one, but obviously you pay for it. Sony has a really good one that actually allows you to control multiple cameras and stuff now. But I think a really good display for your phone, because I believe that I was against this for a really long time, using your phone as your monitor. But I think I'm turning a new leaf to that and saying using your phone as a monitor actually isn't that bad, especially because the cameras now can actually send out data over USB-C.
Yeah.
And so if you can just connect your phone via USB-C and even get a little bit of a charge to your phone and have that interface work, that's just easier, especially for these smaller cameras. Another big one for me, and like I said this when we first started this show, back in the old office. And Canon listened, and they haven't made this mistake since. And I know as I say this with the ZR sitting right here, so I'm going to turn you around so you got to look at me when I say this to your face. If you ain't coming with full-size HDMI, why do you even have HDMI?
Leave it off?
Leave it off. Go USB-C to send the video feed. I don't know what to tell you, but I struggle with micro HDMI so much. And now as a ZR shooter, I am always converting it to full-size HDMI, and I just really wish it just had full-size HDMI.
Yeah.
I understand.
I rock with the full-size HDMI 100%. I think everything coming out should be full.
So I think going forward, as we move into 2026, if you're coming out with a new camera today, not judging any of the past cameras, but going forward. All right, buddy? Full-size HDMI, please.
Yeah. To me, the most irritating thing about it is when you need a cable and you got to run to Best Buy.
And you can't even get the cable you need.
I also worry about it breaking, but I've never had one break.
I have.
I will say for me, 10-bit.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
But I feel like that's been the deal for the last...
100%. We're talking about bare minimums.
But the baseline, I'm talking about the baseline is changing.
I get what you're saying. But like, I'm not ready to step up to 12. I don't know that the industry is going to step up to 12 or 16.
But that's what I'm saying. That one doesn't have to be there. So let's see what y'all are saying. I'm going to try to grab a couple of them that stand out to me. Dallas says 4K 60 10-bit 422 is the new base good specs. I will agree with you, but I will also say in the current landscape of hard drive prices, you need a quality H.265. I know I'm looking at you again, ZR. I'm not picking on you. I'm just telling you what needs to happen. We need really solid, because I'm looking at Blackmagic on this too. Like Blackmagic coming out with these cameras that only shoot Blackmagic RAW, drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Give me a quality H.265. Because I need that small file size too for those projects that just don't really need that much data.
Yeah.
So I need both sides of the spectrum. I need the RAW, but for every camera that also throws in RAW, I also need a nice compressed codec as well. Something that's smaller and easier to handle on those hard drives. Because there's just sometimes you're doing projects that you just don't need all that. Mr. Camera Junkie agreed. He said 4K 10-bit. For those who can't afford storage, I disagree. That's you talking about your everything needs to be 20K.
Me?
No, I'm just messing with you. Nomadic says that Tubi takes 1080p, so you know. Bare minimum dynamic range. Do you have a number?
Yeah, the ARRI 13.2.
I don't understand how they say it's 13.2. They definitely seem to go better than that.
It looks better, but yeah, we don't need more than 13 stops. We don't need that 20. We don't need that alien tech.
Nah, I disagree. What does it say?
I mean, when they put most cameras, when they did the actual testing and they stripped away all of the, ISO, noise reduction and blah, blah, blah. When they stripped everything away, isn't almost every camera, most cameras between 12 and 13?
Stops at dynamic range?
Yeah. When they like, not what the people reported, but what DxO Labs or whatever they did, they stripped it away. Aren't most cameras around 12 to 13?
I don't know. I haven't seen that same report.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a crazy name. Wants a flip monitor. I think we're at a place now where every video focused camera should have some type of a swiveling monitor. Unless I guess if it's like a box camera, but even the box cameras now are getting it, like the Ken Infinity.
Yeah.
So going forward, yeah, I think, because that was one of my big issues with the Pixus. I liked the Pixus, but the only way to use the monitor was to look at it straight on from the side. If you looked at it from a side angle, it was like the off angle viewing was not nearly as good.
Upgrade your life.
But then you had to buy an external monitor for it too.
Sup, Talbot?
Is Talbot in here?
He just rang in.
Okay. Yeah, he says, give me those flip screens. I'll tell you something else. And this is probably like one of the harder ones, because I don't have it's not like an exact deal, right? Show up with something different.
Oh, with like a new feature set?
I think today, you need to show up to the party with something wildly different. Like the ZR, massive 4-inch screen, wildly different. Thank you. The new Ken Infinity, shooting open gate, but also has a screen that matches that aspect ratio. So you're not just losing the top and the bottom you're not losing the sides of your screen. It actually is a square style screen. That's something new. That's something different. Mm-hmm. The FX3 was kind of new and something different with the top handle. Now, granted, you could buy secondary parts like this Tascam or whatever, but having that top handle on the FX3, something unique, something different.
Yeah.
The S12, 6K, or I'm sorry, not 6K, 5.1K, open gate, 60 frames per second. People still haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
No offense to the C50, but the C50 didn't really bring anything new. It was a good camera. But I think today, going forward, when you drop, what Canon might be doing with the R6V, bring me something new with it.
You reminded me, the ZR reminded me of this with the Tascam. Can we be done with wires?
Oh, I would.
Bare minimum. Camera hot shoes. I mean, don't get me wrong. Have the ability to put your mic into the mic jack. 100%. Maybe as a backup. But can hot shoes be smart? No wires. Can DJI work with Canon? That'd be great.
I'm telling y'all right now, so this is this little rig. Let me see if I can switch my camera to this one real quick. So this little rig right here, the ZR, with this Tascam attachment on here, that's going into the digital hot shoot, not having to run an audio cable from this into the side of this camera, makes this setup so clean. Cause see, right now, I got a shotgun mic on here and a receiver for a wireless transmission mic. Not having to run a cable, so nice. It's one of the things that attracted me to Red for the longest time. The fact that you can run a monitor, run audio, run all these things without having to run an extra cable.
Yeah.
Run side grips and all that. So nice.
So nice.
I am with you on that one. I don't know if that's something I'm going to say is a bare minimum today, but
I just feel like
it's such a nice to have.
We all have smart hot shoes.
Yeah.
Why aren't they being utilized?
More. Yeah.
More by everyone.
Yeah.
Companies figure out the licensing, figure out the the royalties and the blah blah blah. Figure that crap out so that we cannot have to be worried about, did I bring my little coiled cable?
Yeah. Or make sure you brought the right cable or the right HDMI. That's why I said, like, for me now with the phone, I've been leaning towards using the phone as a monitor even more, especially because Nikon just got that new third-party app. But just like, it's one less cable. If I can go one less cable and there's like no delay, I mean, there's a minor delay, but if I can get 0 delay, I just don't want any cables, because for every cable I got to remember to bring on set, that's a chance I'm gonna forget something.
Yeah.
And you forget the wrong cable, your whole shoot could be done.
Yeah.
Done before you even get started.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let me see. Did I miss any other ones? Put SSD recording in the FX3V. Now, I will say that is something new. The Ken Infinity is doing that. I am here for some internal storage. I know a lot of people joke about the ZR because it has the
as
micro.
a bare minimum.
With the prices of current SSDs, yeah, put it in the camera, but don't charge me for it.
Dude, that is Hasselblad does it. Who else does it?
Ken Infinity is doing it. DJI is doing it.
Yeah,
and I think that's it right now.
Yeah. Y'all are MVPs. Put some internal storage in there.
Yeah. So when I inevitably forget my card, or like, I'll be honest with you, I got a terabyte on my Mavic Pro. I ain't never put an SSD or a micro SD card in that thing.
Never.
I ain't never done it.
I've got a Mini 3 Pro. I had to put a unless you just want 5 clips, you gotta put a.
How much storage did they give you?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, bro,
like
put
10 gigs maybe.
Put a terabyte internal. So worth it. So worth it. Then you just come back in, plug it up USB-C, transfer those files off, and keep it pushing.
Oh yeah, that's why 1.2 gigs.
That's barely,
it's like it's gonna get you.
That's enough to hold the software update.
It's gonna get you enough if you forgot your little card. But bruh, if you need a lot of drone footage, you getting about 5-6 clips.
Sometimes all you need is 5 or 6 clips to make the edit work.
Yeah, you just tell the client, yeah, that's all we need. I put a 64.
Have you seen that guy who's like on Instagram where he's like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. What y'all need to do is lie to your clients.
Seriously.
Oh, you forgot to hit the record button? Tell them we need another take. I didn't like the last one. He goes, y'all out here telling your clients that you forgot to hit the record button? You wild.
I will say, I forgot to put the micro SD card back in the Mavic. So, bro, I pulled out my laptop, downloaded that 1.2 gigs, wiped the drone, did another 5 clips.
Pull it down and go again. That's crazy.
It's only 1.2 gigs. You download it real quick.
Hey, we shooting everything in 720p. That's all you. ESPN does it. It's fine. Dude, that is nuts. I've done that. One more take. I've never forgotten to press the record button, like for like a long take, but I definitely have been like shooting like an event and somehow got reversed for like 3 or 4 clips.
And you can tell because your camera's pointed down at the ground.
Well, and like when you're in the middle of shooting, you go to pick up your camera to get a shot and you're like, why am I already rolling? And then you go back a couple clips and you realize that you've been reverse shooting for like the last like 6 clips. And then you just want to die a little on the inside. So
last time that happened to me, I was doing a shoot in the roller rink with skates on. So I'm like, I'm rolling around on skates and I am taking video. And I like go back to start reviewing footage. I'm like, man, it seems like I got a lot of clips looking at the ground. And I realized I'd been reverse shooting for at least 20 minutes.
Okay, so Jordan brought up a point. He says, I never did reverse shooting until I got a red. I'll tell you exactly what happened, Jordan, because it happens to me on the red too. If you don't have the right card, you'll be recording, and then your red will be like, I'm done recording. And it just stops recording. And you don't even realize that it stopped recording. So then you press record to stop recording, and then you start recording again. And now you're stuck in that reverse shot.
So I've had it for me, because this happened to me yesterday. It didn't happen very long, but it happened at least one shot. You hit the record button, it records, you stop it, and you're like, oh, something about to happen again. Hit the record button again,
ain't ready
and
yet.
it hadn't been written yet.
Yeah.
And you think you think
You better pay attention.
you ain't recording.
Better make
And
sure
so
that box
then
ain't yellow.
that's how you get off, because then you stop the recording and then you activate the recording. Oh my gosh, so irritating.
Oh. Yeah, I've been there. I have definitely been there. I accidentally did that one time with pre-record turned on. Bro, I was so mad.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh, I got it. And then like it stopped recording. I was like, wait, did the pre-record at least get it?
Yeah.
Nope. Definitely did not. Yeah, let's see. My Raptor with the Cine 7 sometimes shows the red frame on the screen. But it's not rolling yet. Oh, that's a software update, Dallas. I didn't have that exact issue before, but that's the one issue I have with the Cine 7, with the small HD monitor, is that you got to keep them both updated together, and when you upgrade one, it doesn't automatically upgrade the other, which is like,
yeah, it's irritating.
Yeah, it's very irritating. Bare minimum, putting lots of tally lights on everything. Yeah, I'm here for that too. Tally lights for recording. Almost be flashing.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Sometimes I get clients that get nervous when they know they're recording. So, requirement, have tally lights. Secondary requirement, allow the tally lights to be turned off. The front ones.
Individually. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, let me turn off the front one, but keep the one on the back on so I can see.
Have you ever had a client look at your blinking tally light?
Yeah.
No, like the blinking one, like the one where it's like, we're about to die or we're about to run out of space.
Oh.
And they're like, what's wrong? Stop telling on me, camera. Chill.
Nothing. We're fine.
I know we're fine.
No,
this take is about to end. We're good.
No, my favorite is when your drone is up in the air and they're watching you fly, and then it goes beep, 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 and they're like, "What's wrong with the drone?" Nothing.
It's about to explode.
The battery is just a little low. Is it gonna fall? Bro, if you don't get out of my face, go inside the house.
A little off track. I almost crashed yesterday.
No.
And bro, I'm telling you, U.S. government, USA, CIA, FBI, FAA, FCA, not FCA, FCC, get y'all DJI crap together.
Bro, that's my number one
free
fear
DJI.
right
Free Meek Mills. Because, I mean, obviously, there's used ones, and then there's obviously other drones in the country. I would be fine. But I was flying indoors. And
indoors?
Yeah, I was flying indoors.
Mistake number one.
Well, no. But it's an unfinished house.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I really kind of want to do this, like, going up the stairway, you know, it's kind of shot. And they have the massive ceilings. And so it's like, it's fine, like, big house. Bro, I, like, literally was like, I got up to the, so there's no ceiling yet. There's still just the rafters with the framing. Bro, I got close to the framing and I'm like, all right, I need to stop. And then I got nervous real quick and I was just like up, down, left, right, because it was inverted from me. And I got really close to the rafters and I was like, oh gosh. I almost lost you, baby. I almost lost you yesterday.
Bro, I don't fly indoors anymore. I try not to, and since like I can't really get another drone, could be really hard right now. By the way, I'm like, are we sure we want to do this? Are we sure we want to do this?
You got to see the house. It was huge.
I mean, I've done it. It's Nah,
They're better now too. Yours is probably fine.
maybe.
They sense their surroundings. You're not flying full manual.
Yeah, that's what scares me. Because it's like, oh, there's a wall. Oh, there's another one.
My problem is my drone, I don't think it has front. It doesn't have upward sensors.
Oh, yeah, above.
So literally, as I am like getting closer to the rafters, it's like, we're fine. We're fine.
Everything is fine.
And it's just like, you're not fine. You're about to die.
Yeah, no, I said somebody else said it. Everybody crashes at least once. That's true.
You're not a drone pilot if you haven't crashed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely.
I've had 5 drones. 4 drones.
I went through 2 Mavics. I went through 2 Phantom 3s. I crashed a Phantom 4 that wasn't even mine. We never got that one back. Bro, that drone might still be sitting on a building top in Las Vegas. Bro, and the shots were freaking gorgeous.
Logan, you
never
just gotta
never fly your friend's drone. Because if you crash it, you got to buy another drone, but then you still don't have one.
Logan, you just got to find a. I can send you the class that I bought, but I feel like if people break it down, if you break it down and you follow the classes, it's a lot easier.
Oh, you're
like
talking about
trying to study.
You getting your license?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely take a class.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can look up the one I took.
Makes it a whole lot easier.
Yeah, it's online. Drone. No, that's not the one I took. Which one did I take? There's a couple different ones, but there's like one I'm looking at right now is dronepilotgroundschool.com. Just do one of the online ones. The ones that give you the practice tests, because those are super easy.
Yeah. I think I did the Pilot Institute one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at right now. Pilot Institute.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, there's a couple of them. All of them are pretty. I mean, the Part 107 is not too hard.
9,000 emails.
Yeah, it's not too difficult to pass a test. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. Take the class. Take a couple practice tests.
It's those weather maps, though.
Those, bro, aeronautical charts. Oh my gosh! And then the dialogue on how you have to talk to the
air traffic control.
Air traffic control. Those are the ones that were the hardest for me. The charts, reading because they don't ask you what does this chart say. They ask you a question, and you got to be able to read the chart to figure out the answer.
Yes.
Hard. But you only got to make a 75, I think. 75?
Yeah.
And I heard recently
you can be a terrible.
I heard they changed the law. You don't have to take the test every 2 years anymore. You can just online just renew your deal. They make you take like a class and then you just renew it, so you don't have to take the test again. So that's really dope. So, all right, y'all. It has been real. That is the news for this week. Jarrell, anything that we missed on the day?
Go to rehab, y'all.
Go to rehab for what?
Well, I was just scratching my arm and I was like, that looks really crackheadish. So go to rehab.
I just need to get one more lens. That's all it is. Just one more lens. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's weekend. We'll catch y'all next week for another week of Uncensored. And hey, you know what? You don't have to buy that next new camera. It's not necessary. But if you want it,
get it anyway.
Get it anyway.